I'm circumcised. Of course I am.
Of course, you pee every day.
The next day.
Namaste. Today we are going to watch Try Not to Laugh with the Graham Norton Show. And Graham Norton Show, I don't know anything about this show, but this is a very popular talk show. And in India also we have the Kapil Sharma show.
Yeah.
That is also very fun to watch.
So we have all the celebrities and everyone coming in there and sharing their experience and making us laugh, and it's fun.
Yes, and I don't think so it is available with subtitles, but I think so if you can, you should surely watch some of these episodes because those are also very funny. So now we'll watch the Graham Norton Show and it will be about try not to laugh. It is very hard for me because I am one of the person.
Someone who will laugh on the worst of worst jokes.
Same here. Same here. I laugh. I make PJs and I laugh at PJs. So that is my thing. And might have seen in me in other videos also. And you are also the same.
Yeah, exactly. And this is going to be very difficult. It's a challenge.
Yeah, and it's a very big challenge. So we are really up for it, and we'll try not to laugh at these jokes. So let's start.
And don't answer this question if you don't want to, Patrick. But I don't know why you brought this up, but I did hear you discuss. You had an extraordinary disagreement with your wife about yourself. Do you know what I'm talking about?
By myself, you mean?
Yes.
Yeah.
Listen, do you know this story?
I do not know
Listen
this
with
story.
interest.
One night, as you do, we were talking about stuff, and I just happened to mention, and of course, being circumcised, I said.
They were chatting. They're married. They're married. They're allowed.
And she said.
They are telling it to
She
everyone.
said, "You're not circumcised."
Huh? She does not know?
What do you mean? You've only known me all my life. I remember my mother telling me why, because it was fashionable at the time.
Really?
She said, "You're not circumcised." I said, "That's ridiculous. I should know if I'm circumcised." Of course I am.
Of course, you pee every day.
But the next day, I happened to be seeing my doctor.
It's a very nice day.
Are you okay?
It's very hard.
I was seeing my doctor for my annual physical.
Of course.
So, while he was down there...
I cannot control that.
Oh, by the way, Irv, my wife and I had a little disagreement. I am circumcised, aren't I? Because she says I'm not. And he goes... Not.
So he does not even know.
It's not possible. So he looked down again and he said, "Hey, I'm Jewish. I know the difference."
That is a bizarre story.
Too much. I have grandchildren.
And they're watching this.
You're going to have to change your Facebook status now.
Oh, yes.
No more beef stew.
Well, there's more beef stew.
Shut up now. Nice.
Were you born in Hawaii?
I wasn't born in Hawaii. I was
you
born
lived
in
there.
San Francisco, but I did a lot of my growing up there.
Yeah.
So yeah, so
thought you
it
were
was
born
amazing.
there.
I don't know. I don't think. No.
You told me.
I did. No, I told you.
So before we start, I have to tell you that these two guys are very good friends. Kevin Hart and The Rock. And what they, Dwayne Johnson, so what they do is they always make fun of each other. So
That's what best friends do.
Yeah, and they are like that. They do movies together also, and they make fun of each other very much. So let's see how they do it.
Before you said...
I've known you for years. I've always said I was
But
born
when we
in
were
San
there, you gave me a big speech like, "This is my land." I started...
I'll share that with that.
Now all of a sudden, San Fran. That was San Fran that I transferred. When we were there, you gave me a very spiritual speech about how it all started. How your mother held you over this cliff. This is the cliff where I was born, and my mother gave me.
This is the problem. Try to be respectful. Hawaii was beautiful. Beautiful, mountainside and lushness, and we shot in this beautiful place called Kualoa Ranch, where Jurassic Park, the original Jurassic Park, was shot, and the ones after that as well, and it was just amazing.
But you didn't like it, Kevin.
He hated it.
No,
this is the problem.
I didn't like it at all. I mean, outside of the spiritual grounds that you took me to, and I swore, you even sung a song. You were like,
Don't make him like it.
we'll talk about it later.
Well, how the song go?
The song, you were like, Kona Matana.
You know how best friends make fun of each other? It's the same way.
So did you bring your medals with you? No. Oh, you did? Yeah. Oh, I thought you might be wearing them.
Like this.
Oh, no, they're just casually in the back pocket.
Oh, these medals.
Look, these
Carrying with it.
Oh, Olympic medals.
Olympic
Wow.
medals. Wow. Marion, have you seen an Olympic medal?
Wow.
I actually did. Yeah.
The French beat us.
Oh, was it French people beat you? Oh, the French got gold.
We'll have to go after them, boys.
Is there anyone in Ireland who hasn't seen those medals? they look like being round the block.
In Ireland.
In India.
They're fairly tattered, yeah.
And of course, now, Michael, down in Killarney, word must have reached you of the O'Donovan brothers.
Oh, for sure. I mean, I wasn't in Killarney at the time, but everybody knew about it. That's for sure, yeah.
And Marion, watching that clip,
nice.
could you understand the accents?
Nothing, not a word. I understood since.
High five.
I was like,
The movie set with Michael with his thick Kerry accent.
He's sitting there.
Because the people loved the interviews you did during the Olympics. But like, you guys knew you were being funny while you were doing the interviews.
I don't know.
I don't
It
know.
was funny because they were being themselves.
Yeah. Well, to be fair, we weren't trying to be serious,
yeah.
like, but
Yeah.
it just, yeah.
You did
Just
seem,
kind of happened that way, like.
you did seem very happy to be in Rio.
I was quite serious about the whole situation, though. Everything we told us the truth, like.
Yeah.
You have to understand, like, people ask us these questions
Oh
all the
my
time
God.
after races. It just so happened they put a camera in front of us in Rio.
And also, you won a silver medal, so suddenly everyone was interested.
yeah.
But the great thing is, this is like Ireland has never won any medal in rowing before, have they? Oh.
Well, not at the Olympics. No, they have a few World Championship
Yeah.
titles, alright, but it's the first Olympic medal, yeah.
Woohoo!
Nice.
Very good. And the interview where you talked about your approach to the race, the phrases you used in that. So explain to the people what you said in that. Do you know
Which
what
one?
What
Yeah.
did we say?
about going A to B fast as you can?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Tis a fairly simple sport, like.
Hey, to be very fast. Nice.
Start line to the finish line and go from the...
Why complicate here, like?
People do
No
complicate it,
complication.
like, and
Just, yeah.
your man says go at the start and there's a hooter at the finish, and if you can get from go
What
up to the hooter, then
Go bullshit, like.
I'm trying to think, this is based on your life. I mean, this is things...
Yeah, but, I mean, loosely, Graham.
No, but things like, isn't the washing machine, that happened to you?
What?
The washing, you were very hungover.
Oh.
Some stories
Yeah.
coming.
Go on, tell Jodie Foster that story.
All their stories are really cool, though, Graham. When I was teaching, which is what this show is based on, I went home one weekend, and I was in my 30s. I was probably 33 years of age. I went home to see my mother, and then I went back, and while I was at home, my mother did my washing for me, because I was only 33.
Of course.
On the Sunday night, I got really drunk, and then I went for a curry, and then the next day I went into school.
School.
Oh no. Oh no, I see where this is going.
I went into school, and it was a school in Slough, and it was quite a rough school, but they had a really brilliant hearing impaired department, so there were hearing impaired kids who, struggled.
Okay.
They were really looked after in the school. Anyway, I was really hungover. I went there, and about break time, I felt really uncomfortable. I thought something's not right, you know. So I went to the toilet, and I pulled my trousers down, and some of my mother's knickers had got mixed up in the wash she'd done, and I was wearing my mother's underwear. And I went, oh God, no! Oh, I remember going, oh, you loser! This is such a low point, you fucking loser! And then,
Wearing your mother's underwear. I cannot imagine that.
the curry and the booze kicked in from the night before. So I did like a fecal Jackson Pollock. And I started going, oh God, not this as well. Oh Jesus. So I cleaned myself up and I pulled my mother's pants back up. And I went back into the classroom and I saw one of the hearing impaired kids just looking at me like this. And that's when I remembered that I had a microphone directly.
Oh! Oh my God!
Here we go.
Embarrassed for life.
How could you forget that?
They revere
And
you.
he's
The
so
other thing you inspire.
what do you say? He's so okay with it he's okay with sharing the whole incident again in front of everyone.
Yes, and it's not about just the normal kids. It's about the
Exactly.
hearing impaired kids, and you are making them listen. What? Like how you are shitting? Oh my God, that was very embarrassing.
Doing impressions. Now, when people do impressions of you, is it like sort of nails on a chalkboard, or do you kind of enjoy it?
No, I kind of enjoy it, especially if they do it well. It's great. I love it.
I only ask. No, because any Hiddlestoners watching will know. Tom Hiddleston does impressions. You do impressions of lots of people. So who is in your canon?
It's a expression of admiration, just to be clear. So I do impressions of people that I admire, and I sort of listen to them. The first time I did an impression that anyone was aware of, I was just telling a story about Midnight in Paris, the Woody Allen film I was in, and how I never read the whole script, and I thought it was set in the 20s. And I turned up and I bumped into Owen Wilson, who didn't look like he was in the 20s at all. And I said to him, so wait, hang on, who are you playing? Because I'm playing F. Scott Fitzgerald, and I know Corey Stoll's playing Ernest Hemingway, and we're all playing figures of history. And he went, oh, no. I'm from now. I go back in time. There's a time machine. And, it's kind of cool, and it's kind of woody, and it's kind of awesome.
Nice.
Very good.
Nice impressions.
I've been made to do impressions of my fellow Avengers. I think everyone does an impression of Christopher Walken because he's such an easy kind of...
I feel like what this show needs is more cowbell. It depends on what you like me to say. Basically, there's no punctuation. Anything that comes out of my mouth.
He's so nice-headed, he just changes his personality.
I know whole pages of Heat.
You surprised me.
Yeah.
So there's a scene in the middle of the film, which you'll be familiar with. You were there.
You were there.
The one person you don't need to explain it to.
He remembers.
You're very good in this.
He remembers.
Graham laughs like a hyena.
Because Al Pacino and Robert De Niro. Sorry about this. They're separated, like a great thriller, they're separated for the entire film, and they meet twice, once at the end and once in the middle. Okay. And it takes place at a restaurant in LA. It's a great scene. It's one of the great pieces of screen acting you can hope to watch. There it is. There's a picture of it. It's like it's a mutual recognition of each other. Anyway, so there's a bit where they sit and have coffee and have tea and talk about stuff. I'm going on, I apologize. Anyway, so Al Pacino at one point, Al Pacino says this, he goes, so...
Even he liked it.
We're sitting here like a couple of regular fellas. I mean, you do what you do.
I do what
I do what I gotta do.
Oh.
If I'm there and I gotta put you away, I won't like it. But if it's between you and some poor bastard whose wife you're gonna turn into a widow, brother, you are going down.
Oh, very nice.
And then Michael Mann cuts back to the esteemed gentleman at the end of the sofa.
Esteemed gentleman.
So similar.
What if you do got me boxed in? I'm not gonna put you down. We've been face to face.
Yeah. But I will not hesitate. Not for a second. That's my...
He did a very good Robert De Niro impression. Wow.
This is so meta. I feel like I've gone into a parallel universe where
You're playing all these parts.
Yes, I apologize.
No, that's great.
You're playing all these players.
That was my favorite scene in the
Was it
movie.
your favorite scene?
Yeah.
It's a
Still?
Yeah. No, but my favorite scene that was written before, not because of doing it, but my favorite scene written in the film. You know, that's
it's a great piece of writing.
Yeah,
it feels like it plays in two singles in a way. Like and it's like the most beautiful game of tennis.
Did you each do lots of takes? Did you do lots of takes?
I forget how many takes we did. I don't think we did more than 5 to 8 or 9 at the most. Maybe less.
Wow.
And you talk about your dreams and you talk about your life. It's so great. It's so great. There's that bit, another bit where you go.
He's so into him.
He says, Pacino says.
These two in the middle are just
So
listening.
you never wanted a regular type life. and Bob, may I call you Bob?
Yeah.
Bob says, what's that? Barbecues and ball games? Yeah.
You know, he's low-key.
Obviously, your mother loves you because you're her daughter.
Yeah.
But she is actually a sort of a fan.
Game of Thrones.
No, it's not quite that. It's no, she is. Oh goodness, right. So, my one day my mum came to set on the Star Wars set. And I was getting this thing called cyberscanned, which is where you stand in this kind of loads of cameras and they kind of take your form and put you into a computer and make a toy or some sort of merchandise or your face on a cushion. And so I go off and do this and I come back and Mum's like, I've made a great friend. And I'm like, brilliant, it's lovely, excellent. And she's like, it's the merchandise, director of all of Star Wars or something. And I'm like, wow, that's very impressive. And then before I know it, what comes in the post is loads of cushions with my face on it. So
that's so embarrassing.
She gets to see it
to her home.
But apparently it's not enough. So I was kind of blown away at how much merchandise there is.
Yes,
it's really, and it's not even, I mean, it's just the beginning. It was like the pre-merchandise. Not even the real stuff is out yet, and my mum has all of it. But doesn't know about the doll yet, so we'll
also, this is so weird. I don't know, is this in your flat or her house?
Oh, God,
this
no.
room?
Right, okay, so basically, she thought it'd be really funny if I came home and it was everywhere in my...
Okay, so this is Amelia's actual bedroom.
Well,
oh, this is so embarrassing. I can never sleep at this bedroom.
Joke, and then, oh my goodness, and we found the photo, but it's not like that now. There is another reason why I'm single.
Took a first date back to that.
Exactly, yeah. Come on in.
I'm obsessed with myself.
I don't have a CV, I just have a bedroom.
This is cool, though. So your mother, a big fan, but Brad Pitt, also a very big fan.
That was the best night of my life.
Yes.
Literally.
Tell the story quickly. Tell the story quickly.
Brad Pitt is a fan.
There's a duvet. We're all ears. Sheets, slippers. There was this auction thing that happened, and they called me and said, "Would you, do you want to auction something off, like maybe sort of an experience, watching the show with you or something?" And I was like, "Okay, it's lovely. It's great for charity. Yeah. It'll be for some, something, and it'll be fine." Anyway, so I get there, and it's basically it'll be a good thing. I get there and it's basically like this. It's the Oscars. Like there's so many celebrities in this room, and I suddenly remember that I said that I would auction something off, and so the fear grows. So I was petrified, absolutely petrified. And then the person whose table I was on is a friend, and he was being very kind and kind of put the paddle up, and I was like, "Thanks very much. That's very sweet. That'll be that." And then someone else's paddle went up across the other side of the room, and I didn't really know, and then suddenly it was sort of becoming a bit of money, and I was kind of thinking, oh, this is absolutely mental, and someone went, "It's Brad Pitt," and I was like, oh, sure. Yeah, exactly. And I look over to the room, and he's got his paddle up.
Brad's paddle.
Brad's paddle.
That is such a proud moment.
No, not quite. Well, it didn't work out because the person who was my friend, I think it was probably all set up. The person who was my friend ended up, doing the highest bid. But,
Why did you do that?
But yeah, I just kind of looked over with just the most insane emoji heart eyes being like, this is just the greatest moment of my life.
At the end, like, it is the dream of any girl. Like, the one guy you feel like, okay, this guy is
and
the one.
that guy who everyone is, mad for.
Yeah, Brad Pitt, and he's auctioning for something that you have offered. And like that is so big, so she would be like, okay, then I can offer him a lunch with me and something like that. But then what? His something best friend's friend like outbid him, so that was very very bad for her. But all the other scenes were so funny, like that circumcision scene.
Yeah.
Literally, circumcision scene was very very funny when he was like talking about it. How he could he was like countering his wife, like, I have circumcision, and she was like, no, you do not. And like he goes to pee every day, and how he does not know about it, that was my question. I don't know.
And they actually had to visit the doctor to confirm it.
And the doctor was also like,
confused.
Yeah, have you seen Borat movie?
No.
You have not. No, so I have seen that Borat movie. In that movie, he always like, whenever he used to say something, he used to say, not. The way he said it. So that's why he was saying it. So the doctor looked at it and he was like, not. So the doctor said not, and even then he was like, no, it is.
Are you
still
sure?
there. I think so. It might be the wrinkles on his penis, something like that. That would have made it look like that, but it was very, very hilarious.
Oh God! And that part wherein that guy, he went to the washroom and then he found out that he's wearing his mom's underwear.
That was worst.
Oh my God! Like I can like. Think of it. You wake up in the morning, you get dressed up, but you don't know what you're wearing. You're just wearing it with your eyes closed, and you're moving to the school, and the best part wherein the students come to know about it.
And that they are like hearing impaired children, and you have your microphone inside.
Exactly.
And you are shitting your pants off that curry and booze and going off. It was really embarrassing. And also Emilia's mother, she's also very embarrassing. But yes, every mother does that. Like, I also know, like, when I started my YouTube channel, like, my mother was like, she used to like pick any woman, any auntie in her circle, and she would be like, my son has this and that. And I was so embarrassed.
Sure.
And even she showed the video, so I do not like people watching my videos like in front of me. So I was like, oh, what are you doing?
Please turn it off.
Yes, please stop it. What are you doing? But she used to continue doing that. So that's what mother's love is.
Right.
But this was very, very funny. I would like to watch more and more of Graham Norton Show. I think you will be
yes,
same.
please.
Yes. So what do you guys feel about this video? Do let us know in the comment section below. So do like, share, and
subscribe.
Bye.